Welcome, everybody. This is another episode of 360 Creative. I am your host, Monte MP3 Proctor. You know what? Have uh, I have somebody with me today that this is a special one. This is a special one, you guys, because who I have with me today, this is my brother. Like this is my brother. He is talented. He is a songwriter. He's not only a rapper, he's an MC, because it's like he don't even have to like make the words rhyme. All he got to do is just pop on the track, and you know what it is when you hear his voice. And he just effortlessly say fly things. You know what I mean? But he's also an actor. He's also a storyteller. Like the way this man moves, and he could tell you about his life. That goes back into what I was saying about how he's an MC. Like he just knows how to narrate and move things along. Like he edits all of his own content. He puts it all together. I mean, he's also stepping into the fitness space.
For sure, absolutely.
And he was an athlete before, but it's just like, yo, he's back at it, like he's stronger than ever. And also, this man, if you need a theme song, he got him.
Hey.
For days.
For days, let's
For
get it.
days.
Hey.
And for years, he's been giving y'all that work. I mean, I could go on and on, but I want to introduce y'all to him and let him tell you a little bit more about himself. This is Tre Woods, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, what's up, bro?
What's
man,
happening,
appreciate
man?
you, man. Pleasure to be here, man. And that intro was crazy, man.
Hey, I could go on and on. I mean, you got it there, and there's so many things that you do. I mean, you're also a father.
For sure. Yeah, girl dad.
Yeah, girl dad, and I mean, it's like, yo, he's a son. He's some of everything,
man,
but
student to the game.
To the game,
yeah.
And you've been consistently like giving them that work, bro. Like,
For
so
sure.
I want to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
All right, so you are from Chicago.
Chicago, more specifically, Maywood, which is a small town, like right on the outskirts of Chicago. But yeah, Maywood, Illinois.
Maywood, Illinois.
Yeah,
so, tell me about what it was like growing up, and like how did music even find you?
So music was always something I was into.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been like a shy guy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like no pun.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been shy. I've always been introverted. You know, so it was one of those things where I was always like writing, but nobody knew I was writing. You know, and then it wasn't until I want to say
When did you start writing?
I started writing at probably 16, 17, somewhere around there. Age 16, 17. I actually started recording around, I think, 2012, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So me and one of the homies, we were just, going around Chicago, just finding like different places to record. We was recording in this one guy's like garage.
Wow.
Music like quality was terrible, but
man,
I mean that's all we knew. You can tell me that the shit wasn't going to. Oh, my bad. Could I curse? My
yeah,
bad.
no, you can. Yo, say whatever you want, bro. Yeah.
But you couldn't tell me that for that music I was first putting out. I'm like, yo, this going straight to the radio. Quality was terrible.
Yeah, yo, what was y'all recording on?
Bro, honestly, I forgot. I think we were recording on I think it was Ableton.
Okay.
Ableton, but yeah, it was just like the mic wasn't.
Goodness.
The mic was.
Was it even acoustically treated in there, or like was it
nothing? Literally, what you can see is a garage in your mind right now. That's what we were recording.
The car was probably still in there too.
For sure, right? Running, right? Crazy.
Man, so all right. So what inspired you to write? Like, where did you even like get the inspiration to pick up a pen?
So I got musicians in my family. So my cousin is Fiend for the money from formerly at No Limit.
Absolutely.
So just growing up watching him, like you couldn't tell me I wasn't a No Limit soldier back in the day. You feel me? So he used to always have us hooked up with the gear. Then he went to Rough Riders. You know what I'm saying? And then I was a Rough Rider at that point. You know what I'm saying? So. So that was my inspiration. Also, my brother-in-law, he's a songwriter, producer, Grammy nominated. And yeah, it's just I was around it, but again, I was just too shy to like put it out there myself.
I got you.
And then at some point, I was just like, this is my passion. So it's like.
So did you feel the pressure of that, like when you started to write and like you saw like who you were around and who they were around? Like, did you feel the pressure at all, or or was it just all support?
Yeah, honestly, the only pressure I had was just overcoming my like quietness, you know, my introvertedness, you know, just putting myself out there. That was the only like pressure that I had, and then also it was just like I never cursed around my mom and dad or any of my family. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I was raised, you know. Yeah. So that was that too. It was just like, damn, my mom about to my mom
she about to hear it.
She gonna hear how I be giving it up. But yeah, so it wasn't no pressure. I was like, one of my biggest motivations, I will say, originally was getting their approval. Okay. So I always wanted to get that nod of approval, like you got it, you know, and it, you know, at first they were real with me, you know, they weren't sugarcoating it. They was like, you're not ready yet, like especially like my cousin Fiend. He would always give me constructive criticism, things like that. But it wasn't until the day I did a song, and I used to send them all the songs to my sister, right? Everything I did, I sent it to my sister. Yeah, that's another one of my big critics, you know, Shine. So she
shout out Shine.
Right, shout out Shine. She gonna see it, but
one of the sweetest people you ever meet.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Love her. Yeah. But yeah, no, she I used to send her all my music, and she used to say this one line that used to like kill me, and I used to be like, what do you mean? Like, she was like, you gotta rap from you gotta say it from your stomach. You gotta make them feel it. And I'm just like, I used to go back in the lab, and I'm like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? Advice. So I'm just going in there, just practicing, getting my reps in. And then I did this song called "Don't Like Me." So I sent it over to her, just like I did everything.
What year was this, so we could follow the timeline?
This was, I want to say 2015, 2016. Okay. So like 3-4 years into the process.
So happy 10 years to Don't Like Me.
Oh man, exactly, right. So no, that was a pivotal moment for me, because that did so much for my confidence. So what ended up happening was, so I sent it to her, like I said, I sent it to her just like I did everything. She heard it, and something about it, like, she was like, okay, this is the one. Unbeknownst to me, she sent it off to our cousin Fiend. She texted me back maybe, she called me like a day later and was like, Fiend said, do not put this song out, call him right now. Oh wow. So I'm like, okay, well, like I'm saying, like why not put it out, you know? So call him up, and he was like, yo, we got to do this big, like I need to get on it, you know. This is a banger, I need to get on it. We need to shoot a video. I'm gonna fly out there to Chicago, because so he's from New Orleans, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he like, I'm flying out there. We're gonna shoot the video. We're gonna do it big. So I'm like, all right, cool. That was my first. That was that stamp of approval I was waiting on. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So that moment on, it was just like, okay, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So, and then since then we've done, you know, 3-4 records. You know, I'm on some of his mixtapes. He's on some of my projects. So.
All slappers too, man. Like, yo, the music, like, you and Fiend coming together, it's that, man, it's that spicy sweet thing coming together. Because I mean, it's like the best way I could describe it, it's like mambo sauce. You know what I mean? You don't quite know what it is, but it's something special. But it goes, it goes.
Man, that's a blessing to hear, man, because like I said, it's like we've been I was waiting years to have that collaboration. Yeah. And like I said, it was just like a full circle moment, because like I said, I was, you know, when my cousin was in No Limit, I had to be like 6, 7. Yeah. You know, so I'm watching that, and at that time I wasn't rapping, but it was just like I'm watching it, you know, I'm studying, you know, I'm watching his move, whether he knew it or not. And then just for like probably 10 years later, 10, 11 years later, and now we on records together, you know? Yeah, and him seeing your progression, like he probably really admires that. Yo, tell me what it's like to actually work with Fiend, you know? Because he obviously a legend, and he's been around. Like, what's it like being able to collaborate with him? So it's funny because, you know, he's super laid back. You know, they call him Sleepy Jones. You know, he just chill, he laid back, but he bring that energy. Gotcha. Like anybody that's like that's familiar with his music, like everything is just energy. So it's just like it brings the best version out of me too, because I'm like, I gotta match that.
Yeah.
You feel me? I gotta match that, you know, or exceed it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a tall task, but you know, so it's just a bunch of energy. Like he always dropping game. You know what I'm saying? He always dropping gems on me, like gems for days. Like like.
You know what? I think Fiend got more sense on accident than most people got on purpose.
Man, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. But nah, he always it's just a good experience. Every time we're in a good, like I said, high energy. It's family, you know. So it's love all the time, and that's the best way I could describe it.
You know what? I could say that same energy, like almost shift that happens where. Like you, super laid back, reserved, you know what I mean? Like you kind of speak if you're spoken to type of thing. But then it's like, yo, when you get behind the mic, or like when you get in front of the camera, or like when it's time to turn it on, it's like it comes from like, what is that like? Are you just sort of always like mentally preparing for it, or like what? What's that switch that makes you go into that other mode that like...
Man, just remembering like where I started, you know what I'm saying? Like remembering the words that my sister said, you know? Like every time you rap or get in the booth, you got to make them feel it. So it's just like, that's what it is. Like I'm naturally introverted again, so it's like, but when I get in the booth, it ain't, you know, it's time to show out, right? You know, absolutely. In my way, because it's like I'm still not like overly extra in like my music. But it's just like the energy has to be there. I got like I'm always trying to make them feel it, like because like music is felt, not heard, you know. So and that's another thing. Like in my music, I love to speak from my personal experiences because, and I like to be true to me. You know, it's no character. You know, it's just me. You know, and I know that in doing that, somebody got to relate to it. You feel me? It's like somebody got to relate to understand. Somebody understands when I say I'm introverted, right? Like not everybody is comfortable. Like you said, I speak once spoken to, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times, like that comes off as people may see me and they may say, "Oh, this guy's weird," or "This guy is conceited," you know, arrogant, whatever the case may be. But really, it's just like, you know, I'm none of that. Yeah. It's just I'm reserved. You know, once I get to know you, then I open up a little bit. But you know, starting off, I'm never the loudest person in the room ever.
But you know what? I can say that you are the brightest, because even when you come in, like there's something about your essence and like the manner in which you present yourself, where it is like you realize like, hey, there's something different. And that's what I think is so cool about your journey as well, because it's like not only you being an artist, but you're also a songwriter. And like to break that down, you're not just somebody that has the ability to write songs. You write songs for other people.
Right.
All right. And so you being this introverted, shy guy who is just sort of who kind of keeps his thoughts to his chest. How are you able to get inside of the minds of other people and actually bring their thoughts or like something that is fitting to them to life?
So usually when I'm working with an artist in particular, I like to, you know, have a now it's two ways to do it, because like sometimes like I just write, I'm writing all the time, I'm recording all the time, so I have demos where it's just like, you know, you send a demo out and, you know, a TV show picks it up, or what an artist picks it, whatever the case may be, right? But then there's also the other side of it where it's like I like to be like personal with the artist. So it's just like, say if it was an artist here right now and I'm working, I want to get to know you a little bit, you know? I want to know what direction you're trying to go in, you know? So that way I can tailor what it is that I'm writing. I'm trying to tailor it to you, you know, because at the end of the day, you're the artist. You got to like it. You know, you got to love it, actually. So that's really what it's about, just getting to know the artist. And getting them comfortable with me, you know. I want them to feel like they're in a space where, like, they're in a safe space, you know. It's a lot of times, like, with artists I've worked with, you know, they'll ask me, like I've seen a couple of them ask me to get in the booth with them.
Yeah,
you know, and just be there with them, just because it just like calms them down and all throughout the chaos, you know.
Hey, funny story, y'all. Like that's actually how I met Tre. Like I was the engineer, and like I was like co-producing on the record, and then it's like he was actually writing the record.
Yeah.
And so when I'm telling you, this man has some tedious cadences. Like just like some just deep pockets where it's just, it sounds simple, but it's actually more complicated than like it even sounds. Like, and the reason why is because of the way it flows.
Right.
So he had another one of those situations where like the verse was clean and everything. And, you know, she hopped in and just thought like, oh, you know, I'm going to get it. But then it took Tre standing 3 feet from her off to the right-hand side that like made the record work.
Yeah, man. Sometimes that's what it takes. Because like ultimately, like, it's just whatever going to bring about the best product.
Yeah.
Then I'm with it. You feel me? Like if that means I got to sit in the booth with you, you know, hot booth with you, then that's what we're going to get. We're going to make sure the product come out right, you know.
Which is another thing we're adding to your multi-hyphenate situation, vocal producer.
And what?
Vocal producer. Like I'm telling you, because in what Tre also brings to the table is when he is in the situation, got you. He's actually telling them like, okay, like we're going to deliver this line like this,
right.
or like try this like this,
and
like walking them through to that finished product.
For sure, absolutely.
Because and so how does your brain work when you are hearing somebody deliver your words, but you're also seeing that there could be a little bit more?
Again, it's just like the first thing is building that rapport with them, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like artists, we're you know, we're passionate about
ourselves.
We're sensitive in a way. So
Erykah
it's
Badu, like, you know?
Right, exactly. So it's like if you haven't built that rapport, it's hard to go in there and tell somebody that think they know it, which they may know it, but it's just like there's always, you know, somebody like a Pharrell, right? You know. You may be, you know, a Beyonce can take some advice from a Pharrell, even though Beyonce can do it on her own. You know what I'm saying? But so it's about building that rapport. Like once you build that rapport, they respect your opinion. Then you could come out and say, hey, I like what you're doing, but let's try it like this. You know, and who knows, the way that they do it, sometimes it may be like, okay, this is the way we're gonna go. But I just did a song with an artist. Michaela Cheadle. I was working on this film called Love the Skin You're In.
Yeah.
I did the title song for it. So I wrote the raps and I wrote the R&B. You know. So she was amazing singer, right?
Yeah.
She's a better singer than me. She's a singer. Yeah. She sang. You know,
she
singing.
sang.
Right. She sang. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm in the booth with her, and you know, we played the demo how I did it myself. And she got in there and she had runs like crazy. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm gonna let you do you know? So it's just like, we were just going back and forth. So sometimes I was like, okay, do this like this. But then sometimes she would hear what I did and she was like, oh, she'll do something. And I'm like, we leaving that. We keeping that.
Okay.
That's, you know, that, you know, you already, you know what you're doing. So I also you also got to know when to, like, you got to remove your ego in a sense. So you can't think that, okay, just because I wrote this and this is how I wanted it to sound, music is collaborative. It's just like my word isn't the final say, you know? No matter who's bigger, the bigger artist, like, my word is not the final say, you know?
Absolutely.
So, that's really what it comes down to.
Yo, speaking of, like, Love the Skin You're In, which... great movie, by the way.
Oh,
and
man.
then it's like, yo, the song that you wrote, amazing, brother.
Man, appreciate you,
Sincerely. Like, so walk me through like how that situation even came to be.
So, this is a crazy story, bro. So, okay, so I used to work in car sales, right?
Yeah.
I used to work for Land Rover in L.A.
Yeah.
And this, I remember it was one day, this was around like end of the year, like probably like 3 days before the new year, right? And so at the end of the year, everybody comes in and they trying to buy these cars, you know, for, you know, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Business, whatever. So.
And y'all also running a sale too, right?
Huh?
Y'all also running sale too, right?
Nah, it wasn't no sale.
It wasn't no sale?
Nah, it was. Like, so say, for example, the truck, let's say 150.
Yeah.
That joint had a $30,000 over sticker.
Oh,
so it was like, it's the opposite of a sale.
Yeah.
But so I remember and this is her name's Sauda.
Yeah.
That's her name. Shout out Sauda.
Yeah.
So she came in one day last minute, like right before we about to close.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I ever told her this story. My coworkers were walking away. They were running away because they looking at it like, okay, if this happens tonight, then I'm finna be here for another 3 hours. They were trying to go home. So I'm like, man, I'm not about to do that, you know. And she was a sister, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm not finna do that. So I help her out, you know. I let her test drive a car. At this point, we closed. You know, I'm letting her test drive a car, building that rapport with her. You know, she was a cool person. So I sold her the car. Like 3 days later, right? She bought like top of the line Range Rover. Like it don't get no, like the car she bought, it don't get no bigger than that for Range Rover.
Yeah.
So she did her thing. So yeah, back to the story. So she when I gave her the keys and before she pulled off, she was like, she was telling me that she's a lawyer, but she was working on her own film. And she was like, I was like, well, this is my moment to, you know, sell myself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I let her know I was a songwriter. She was like, okay, well, you know, we exchanged information. And then she was like, when I get to the point where I need some music, I'm gonna hit you up. I said, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 years went by, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still had her number. I remember her, but I moved on to different projects. You know. So yeah, she called me. She like, hey, Tre, I don't know if you remember me. I bought this guy. I'm like, of course I remember you.
Yeah.
She was like, well, I told you that I was gonna be working on a film. I was gonna need some music. I'm at that point now.
Yeah.
So, boom, we locked in. She told me what she wanted. She sent me the like pretty much like the demo of the film, and I wrote the song based off of that energy, and that's how it came out. So,
yo, what a crazy story!
Selling a car to selling myself to getting a placement, you know.
And it's just like sometimes like people don't understand. Like sometimes it's just doing the thing that other people don't want to do.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Just staying a little bit later.
That's it.
You know, just positioning yourself. Just because
sure.
You said people were running away.
Running away. Like anybody that does ever like anybody that's worked a job.
Yeah.
You know what
it's
like when it's time to go home.
It's time to go.
Like you hiding. You know.
Yeah.
So they were doing that, but like. And look, I've done it myself.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna act like, you know. But in this case, I don't know. It was just, you know, she seemed like just off the rip when she first walked in. She seemed so genuine. She seemed like a cool person. Like I said, she was a sister. You know. So I was just like, I'm not about to do it. You know, I'm not gonna walk away from her. You know.
Yeah.
So and I'm glad I didn't because you know that you know it turned into something. So
yeah.
And she's like that's a friend to me now. You know, that's a lifelong friend.
Yeah, like it's like a bamboo tree. Like it's just you. It's one of those things you plant it in the ground, and then like you water it, and then it's just one of those things you don't see nothing at first.
Right.
But then it just shoots up like
just out of nowhere.
Yeah, inches in a matter of like, you know,
short
amount of time. Yeah. Like just by it having a chance to germinate and do what it needs to do.
So. Man,
so you do. Okay, so when you see the movie, what are your initial thoughts of it?
Man, it was a little emotional for me, you know, because it's like, first of all, I wrote the song is called Love to Skin You In. It's like the movie. And it's basically like a woman empowerment song where it's just telling women no matter, you know, size, your color, your ethnic, whatever the case may be, you're beautiful, you know? And when I was writing it, like, I got a lot of women around me, you know? And so it's just like I was thinking about them, you know. So I was writing it from a standpoint of I'm speaking to them, you know. So it was kind of personal for me, you know. So to see it when it was in the theaters, when I seen it, like I ain't gonna lie, I kind of got a little emotional behind it because of like it meant something to me, you know. And you know it's something that like, you know, my daughter, she's 6 years old, you know. That's something that I always preach to her. It's just like, you know, she comes home from school and say, hey, Daddy, this person said this about me. And I'm just like, you're beautiful, baby. You know? So it's just like, not only can I tell her that, but she'll always have this song to go back to as, you know, to affirm that, like, hey, you are beautiful. No matter what, you are beautiful. You know? So, and that goes for just anybody. You know, anybody can relate to that. You know. So,
yeah, and it's it also, you know, from your mom and your sister, like, you know, these are women that have like shaped you into, like having this like sensitivity and this, you know, wow, that's amazing. And with Love the Skin too, I love how it is I think this is the first movie that I've seen on a level like this where such a spectrum of women are represented.
For sure.
Yeah. It's like you see the black, you see the brown, you see like just everyone represented in this film. And if I'm not mistaken, this is actually Marla Gibbs' last film too, right?
Her most recent.
I mean,
her latest.
Yeah, her latest film. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, her latest film. Wow. So I mean, like
that was even like, you know.
It's just like, what more can you? Yeah,
exactly. So
wow.
It's always good when you like work with like legends, you know what I'm saying? So that you grew up watching.
Absolutely.
Know? And it's just like it's crazy because it's like coming from Maywood, right? Like I didn't think that like I would be in LA. I never in a million years thought I'd be in LA. I never thought in a million years I'd be working with some of the artists that I work with, MC Light, you know. It's just crazy, you know.
Yeah,
so it's just like it. All praise to God, but yeah, it's been a blessing. It's been a roller coaster, but it's been a blessing.
Hey, talk to me about that jump from going from Chicago to being out here in LA.
Ooh, man, dog.
Like what even happened to make you realize like at this point in my career, LA is where I need to be?
So my brother-in-law, the songwriter producer that I was telling you about, shout out bro, Sylvester Powell. So Sylvester Earl Powell.
Earl Powell,
yes,
because Sylvester Powell is also an actor who is also his cousin too.
For sure, nephew.
Nephew. Yeah.
But everybody think we cousins because it's just like we so close in age. But man. So he moved out here. And he brought my nephew with him, you know, and me and my nephew are like this.
Yeah.
So it's just like when he moved out here, I was just like, he was always telling me like you need to come out here, you know, and my nephew I'm talking about. So he would always like plant the seed, and it was just like, all right, man. At the time I was in college, right? So I was like, all right, man. Let me graduate college, and then we'll see what's to it, you know.
Yeah.
Whole time still in my head, I'm thinking like, that's a long shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still didn't believe it, right? So then, you know, my brother-in-law would have conversations with me too, and he was the first person that really put me on to songwriting because I was just a rapper at first.
Okay.
And he was just, you know, through letting him hear my songs, he was like, yo, your pen is like diverse. Like, you know, you have a lot of range in what you write about. He was like, you should start considering writing for other artists. That's how the songwriting came into play.
Okay.
So they were both out here.
And at what point, how old are you when like the songwriting is introduced?
I was probably 23.
Okay.
Yeah, so around that time. So going back to how I made the jump out here. So yeah, they kept planting the seeds, and then finally I was just like, I told my nephew, okay, let me graduate, and then, you know, I'm gonna do it for sure.
Okay.
So I graduated from DePaul University in Chicago, and then literally like 3 months later, bro, I hopped in the car, drove out here, right? Ooh. So on 4th of July weekend, I'll never forget it. Drove out here on, I think it was July 3rd, 2017.
Yeah.
Drove out here, and touching down right away, it was like culture shock right away. One, everything is like super expensive.
You cross that desert and gas jumps $1.
Dog, I'm talking, fam. I came out here I had maybe like $3,500 that I had saved up to get me out here, right?
Yeah.
500 of it was the gas to drive here, right?
Absolutely.
500 was the gas to drive here. Then I get here to LA, and I had already got my apartment, squared away, all that. Me and my lady so what did we do? Oh, I wasn't aware. They switched it up on me. So at first, I think my deposit was going to be like $1,000 or something like that. But they were like, "You're new to the state. You don't have a work history here, so you're more of a risk. So we gotta raise the deposit." So mind you, $3,500, $500 is already going on gas. I got $3,000.
Yeah.
My deposit, jumped up to $2,800. $2,800. So now I'm at $200, bro. $200.
Goodness.
To my name.
Okay.
So, and I remember I had a check that was coming in from my last job in Chicago. It was like, I think I did 401k or something like that, and I just cashed out whatever I had, And so that check had came and it was like $500. So I'm like, okay, so if I cash this, now I got $700. Dog, I must have went to every currency exchange in the valley trying to cash that $500 check. But they wouldn't let me do it because, again, they thought it was like fraud because like I was
out of state.
Yeah, I'm out of state, right? Yeah. My ID is Illinois, so dog, it was man.
Yeah. That's that. Oh man.
Yeah, but no, it was a culture shock for sure. Huge culture shock.
Man. And how did you get acclimated to being in LA? I know you had some family here.
Yeah.
But what were some other things that you maybe had to do to like just kind of get yourself to like, okay, I'm gonna position myself here, and then like I'm gonna also network in this area?
So starting off, it was a tough because like, again, I've said it a few times, so it's clear now. I'm introverted, so I'm not an outspoken person,
Yeah.
And then it's like coming from Chicago, it's like you kind of gotta be like guarded a little bit. You kind of gotta wear this like shield or whatever. It's like a survival, survival thing. You can't be out there looking like you all, I'm cool with everybody. You'll get taken advantage of out in Chicago.
Absolutely.
Right? So, or you get seen as weak, and also taken advantage of. So when I was out here, I came out here with that mentality. So it was just like I'm, stale face, resting face, mugging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I ain't looking for trouble. It's just like I'm guarded.
Yeah.
So I remember my nephew. He I remember he used to talk to, and he still does. He'll talk to every single person that he encounters. Like good morning, how are you? How's your day going? Just what's your name? I'm such and such. I'm Sylvester. So he was always. So one time we were out. This was like the first week, and we probably went to like 7 different places, grocery store, just day-to-day stuff. And again, he talking to everybody, and me, it's like my social battery was drained because it's just like one, like I got, I'm guarded, I got the shield on or whatever, and I didn't like talking to people like that, because how I looked at it, I don't know you, so I ain't talking to you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is, it's an ignorant way of mindset, but that's what it was. So yeah, I told him, I'm like, dude, can we just get to where we going, dog? You talking to every single body, right?
Yeah.
He got mad. He got on me or whatever. And when I say my nephew is like literally 2 years younger than me. So it's and I don't
for
want
context,
I don't want you to think I got like a 7-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, dude, this is LA. This is not Chicago. He was like, you don't know who you're talking to, He was like, you talk to everybody because he was like, you treat the doorman like you treat the CEO of the company.
Yeah.
And he was like, just because you never know who's who, So I was like, that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from there, it didn't happen like overnight. It still took some, couple, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years for me to like really get out of my old ways and really start like, okay, I need to get out here and start talking, meeting people. Like and the whole like networking, like I hate networking, dog. Like how I look at it, and this is how I've gotten most of my situations. I wouldn't even call it networking, bro. It's just like being good to people, doing right by people.
Yeah.
And when things happen for those people, they just remember what you did for them, and they just, bring you with them, or they put the word in for you, I had people that spoke about me in rooms I wasn't even in, and brought me into the room, you feel me? So that's how I got on Partners in Rhyme.
Oh, let's talk about that one.
That's what we met right on that project.
Yeah, we met on Partners in Rhyme, and then because I was adjacent to that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't meet on set, but we met working on the song for that.
Right. I think you was engineering the session.
Yeah. I was engineering the session. You know what? I'm thinking about, like, because that's another funny part to our story too. Like how we had to meet like 2 or 3 times before it was just like, hey, look, hey, let me get your number. Exactly. Like you on Instagram, like you know what I mean?
You see what I mean? Like that's that whole like, okay, like I gotta get to know you before
it was me too, because it's, being from North Carolina and also being an introvert, it's just like, hey, look, I don't really know this dude, and it's like he probably meet a lot of people. But at the same time, one of the most genuine connections that I think I've had out here.
Right, for the same.
Yeah,
same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like we come up and we're doing our thing together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like whether it's us forming a super group, whether it's like, just writing some songs for people or whatever it may be.
Or
like
having a conversation.
Having a conversation, like, you know what I mean? And I think that's the cool part about that. Yeah. Man, and so Partners in Rhyme, talk to me about that, because you talked about being good to people. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what is so key to be reminded of too. Mm-hmm. When you are genuinely, you make your best effort to just be a genuine person.
For sure.
Those are the things that exceed your networking skills.
Absolutely.
And your ability to fast talk and present even a dope product.
Exactly.
Like you present a good person and people, you're just like,
Right.
So talk to me about like the Partners in Rhyme, man. Like, was that your first thing coming out here?
Well, no. I had done a few films with my brother Mikhail.
Okay, talk to me about like the first thing that you got on, bro.
The first thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I got on was I forgot which one. So my brother Mikhail Shannon Jenkins, shout out, bro.
Shout out.
Backtrack for a second. So when I was living in Chicago, my nephew knew Mikhail because he was acting in some of his films.
Okay.
And so my nephew was just playing my music, right? Mm-hmm. Just around him, right? And Mikhail was like, and he'll tell you himself, like he was like, yo, who is this guy? And he was like, oh, that's my uncle. He live in Chicago. So one day he was just like, put him on the phone.
Yeah.
So my nephew called me. I get a call and I just hit this dude with like, you think I got a deep voice? Bro got a bro voice. Like,
he got the rumble.
Yeah, exactly right. So he was like, yo, your nephew just played your music for me, and dog. All I'm gonna tell you is, if you ever come to LA, make sure you looking for me is the first thing you do. And I said, I bet.
Yeah.
And I never forgot that, right? So a year later, when I made that move, my nephew was the first person I linked up with, and I was like, yo, take me to Mikhail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? So we go and we just locked in, bro. And I did a film for him. I want to say I've done like 4 of his films, but I want to say the first one was Chosen Ones.
Okay.
I think that was the first one. Yeah. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. You did the theme for that too, right?
I did the theme song for that, and I did a few like songs throughout the film too.
Yeah, you know what? I think the theme for that is like one of my favorite works that I've seen you do, because it's something like where, okay, you hear your music, right? But then it's like you hear something where, yo, you smacked them from the left with that. Like, they ain't see that one coming.
Yeah, bro.
I know they didn't. Like,
I didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? Because like his films be so deep that like it also pulled another version out of me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like because what he would do is he would send me the script, right? So I would read like however many pages. It would be like a 40-page script, right? And I'm reading every single page, right? Every single page. Because again, like I was telling you with how I songwrite for artists, like I like to tailor it if I can, you know? So same thing with his scripts. Like he would send me the script, I would read it front to back, and then I would tailor the song like that. So literally, I'm referencing characters, I'm referencing like certain parts of the song, not giving it away, but just like to where he knows like, you talking about,
he sees it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So man, I'm talking. I did that, and I was just like, so I had to deliver something different because like at that point I wasn't writing for Tre Woods. I was writing for this project.
Yeah.
You know, so that brought out a whole new sound. And honestly, I think you know, my sound kind of evolved into that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's that was probably my first, and then I did Octopus Pod, then I did Two Wolves, then I did Youn'G, like the list goes on.
Yeah. Yo, Youn'G is another one where I feel like you snapped on that one too,
appreciate
bro. Like,
it, bro.
Yeah. It. I mean, I feel like, yo, your consistency, like, yo, when you step across that 3-point line, is impeccable.
Got the shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yo, it's like, yo, he gonna send something up, and like, yo, it's like, yo, it's gonna be a blessing. So
I try, man. I try.
Yo, it's just amazing. And then, so all of that leads up to Partners in Rhyme with MC Lyte.
Right.
How'd that opportunity come about?
So, again, it's just like building relationships. So, I'm giving a lot of shout outs in here, but these are my people, you know.
Yeah.
So, Precious Way, you know. So she was an artist originally, and still an artist, but she transitioned into acting, right? So
how'd you meet Precious?
How did I meet Precious? So she was dating one of my relatives.
I got you.
At the time.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I should.
Yeah.
But no, we got cool like that, and it was just love, like she was family. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we would work together. You know, and outside of work, we were just cool. It's just like how you would talk to a cousin. Or something, you know. So, so she transitioned into acting, and this was her first like big role. Well, no, it wasn't. But it wasn't her big role. First big role. She was working with Mikhail as well, but she had this was her first role that she had got like by herself, you know.
Got you.
And so she was doing the music. It was filmed around hip hop, right? So she was an artist in the show, and she was in the room full of with some writers. And at the time, like I said, she was an artist first, so we had already had a chemistry when it comes to like, I knew what type of music she liked to be written for her, and, you know, and she got a pen herself. She's sick with it too. Yeah. So,
but acting is a full-time job.
Oh man, I can't even.
Yeah.
That like you don't. When you go home, you still
absolutely
in, you know
like yeah.
It's I commend everybody that's in acting, because that's a beast right there, but. So where was I at? I'm rambling at this point, but so they had writers already in place, right? So she told MC Lyte, was like, hey, these writers are dope, but you know, I also have a writer that's, you know, I got a chemistry with, you know, and she was like, MC Lyte just told, you know, she told her how it is. She was like, look, you could bring him here, but if he's not good, then we gonna send him on his way.
Got you.
You could bring him in here, right? Yeah. So I went to the studio session. I think you were there that session.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
And then I think I wrote maybe 2 songs in that session, and then MC Lyte was just like, she was like, right as I was leaving, she was like, told Precious, she was like, make sure you bring him to every session.
Hey.
And
absolutely.
There it was.
Yeah.
So I got on for season 1 that way. Season 2, they reached out to me formally.
Gotcha.
You know, so before it even started, they was like, "Hey, we want to bring you on for season 2." And then season 2, I actually did some on-screen work. So
yeah. And like, yo, if you haven't go check them out, like, yo, my man got the acting bug too. You know what I mean? That runs in the family just as deep as music. You know,
I'm trying, man. I try my
best. Yo, it's like the irony of that they had you actually spitting in the show.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
like
as myself.
As yourself.
Like, so that was dope. So I mean, it was acting, but it was also like me just being myself, which I thought was cool too, because it's just like they just gave me that control to just be me. Yeah. But and honest, low key, like it's a little bit of acting and doing music videos too.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, like working with my brother Mikhail.
Yeah.
Like he's done a lot of my videos. Like he's the vision behind a lot of my videos. I'm talking directed it, wrote the script for it, wrote the treatment. Like, and he's writing it from a perspective as if he has like Michael B. Jordan or somebody with him, or Denzel or somebody finna shoot the video. So it's like it forces me to like kind of like lock into this character that he's created, which is, I mean, it's me, but like a alter ego version of me. So it's definitely, that definitely is the starting point of, me doing a little bit of quote unquote acting.
Hey, you know what? And speaking of locking in, man, like I noticed like this fitness tip that you've been on lately, man. Like, man, I know you had an injury a little while back.
Yeah, man, doing stupid stuff, man.
But I mean, hey, like you had it, but it's like when you came back stronger than ever. And like, what has that been like, man? What's the adjustment?
The adjustment was, so one, I got injured just pure ego, right? Just in the gym, with the bros, and we just like,
So for those that don't know, like, what happened?
All right, so
because there is video,
right. Yeah, no, you got to post the video too. But so yeah, basically, we was doing like this little like drill where it's like you sprint to one side, touch it was like 10 like little lights on the ground, right?
So y'all doing like suicides?
Sort of, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But it was like, this was different because it was like the little, I don't know what you want to call them. They like lights. So they were lights on the floor, and you could control it through an app, and it just randomly goes to one, boom, 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 right?
Oh.
So we had two. It was me and it was another guy, and the lights were lined up on both sides. So when they say go, you just running trying to get as many lights as you can before the time run out. So it's a lot of lateral movement, a lot of like, picking up the speed, slowing down your pace, And so I had got like the high score, right?
Yeah.
And I could have walked away. Yeah. I could have walked away right there, left with bragging rights.
Yeah.
But then somebody was like, I'm going to beat that. And me with my, because I be having an ego sometimes when it comes to like competing.
I understand, yeah.
But hey,
because you are also an athlete too, so
Sometimes that ego will get you, hooked up. But I had pulled my groin on one of the moves.
Yeah.
And dog, when I say it sat me down for like 6 months, like I all I could do was like upper body. I couldn't do no cardio, and I'm a bigger guy, so cardio is like a big part of my workout.
Yeah.
So just lifting, I felt like I was gaining weight because it's like I wasn't incorporating the cardio. I was just lifting, getting muscle, and I wasn't on top of my diet, so I put on some weight, right?
I understand. Yeah.
So yeah, when I came back from the injury, it's just like it was one of those things where it was like at first, I want to say 4 or 5 months, like I was just coasting. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't losing weight. I was just staying stagnant, right? And then it got to a point where it's just like, dog, what you doing? You getting up every single day, 4 o'clock in the morning, just to go home and waste your time because you eating some BS. You know what I'm saying? So I really had to just like look at myself in the mirror and just be like, dog, what you doing? Like lock in, And I got a support cast around me too. Like, some of the guys, like my bro Alex, he goes to the gym with me at 4 in the morning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we hold each other accountable, bro. And it's just like one of them things, it's like if you see the people around you like locking in, and if you not locking in, you be a fool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it is, just feeding off each other's energy and just ultimately, we got the same fitness goals. So
we do.
It just works out, man.
Yeah. Man, so talk to me.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, talk to me about like what that is to steward your ambition and your ego to balance those two things.
It's a fine line because it's like you also want to go into every situation confident, not arrogant. You feel me? So absolutely. It's like ego can get you messed up, but you don't want to be in a situation like when it comes to like your art, your craft, your passion. You want to be confident because like it's sharks out here, bro. This is LA, and it's a lot of talented people out here. So it's just like if you not if you not showing up like you him or you her, you know what I'm saying? They gonna spot it. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna get moved out the way. You know? So it's just like you gotta walk in every room like I'm supposed to be here. Like it ain't like no matter how you got in the room, you supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm here for a reason and I'm here to deliver and I'm going to deliver.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just how that's kind of the balance right there.
You know what? And I'd say that's the cool part about seeing like both of our journeys because it's just like this is year 4 of me knowing you.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that just seeing that like we go from like two shy guys that were just kind of like you know comparing notes in the back of the classroom to like now we sort of teaching the class, you know.
Right.
And it's just to see your progression and then to just see how you're stepping out front even more with like social media.
Yeah.
Like what was that switch that made you just want to like, hey, look, we're going to go for it with this content thing?
So one of those things where it was just like it's like if this is what I want to do, I can't halfway do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like it was one of them things like I hated TikTok. I hated content. I hated all, you know, like I like the old format of things where it's just like, okay, you drop a song, you drop a music video, you promote that music video, right?
Yeah.
That one music video.
Yeah,
you know, you maybe do a few other things, interviews, whatever the case. Now it's just like, it was one of them things where I was like, okay, I'm not about to be doing no dances out here. I'm not going to be doing, you know, these challenges and things like that because that's not authentic to me. You feel me? So it was like, I had to have a conversation, and it was like a coming to reality. Like, okay, it's either you gonna do the content, or you might as well just stop doing music altogether. Because it's like you getting outworked by people that aren't as talented as you. You know,
Godfrey said, "Bums are getting bags."
Dog, big bags.
I was like,
big bags.
When he said that, I just,
bro, it's real. Like,
go digest that,
And it's just like people that don't even really care for, don't have a love for it
or anything.
They just see it as a come up, and they just finna make 100 TikToks, and then they just finna go viral, whatever, get a bag, and then pivot or whatever the case may be. But it was like, it was one of those things. It's like, okay, the talent is there. Like my talent is there. It's just I'm being outworked on this side of things. So I was like, okay, how can I do this but stay true to me? And that's what I pretty much devoted myself to this past. I want to say I finally started doing content. I want to say August of last year.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I just got it was like a notification on Instagram where it was like you did 75 reels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dog, 75 reels.
Yeah.
And then I finally got on TikTok. I'm probably like 75, 80 videos on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like YouTube shorts and all of this stuff. So yeah, it was and it actually started when, matter of fact, it might have not been August. It might have been like towards the end of the year. That's when we was all, doing our thing.
Yeah.
And when we linked up with Enzo,
you know what I'm saying?
And he was just trying to like help us like find our way in this content world, you know. So yeah, that's when it started right there.
Wow.
So shout out Enzo.
Yeah,
man.
So it's just like to see you. So you realize that's been like almost 2 years.
For real?
Yeah, because that was end of the year last year.
That's crazy.
2024.
Time is flying.
Yeah. So it's just like, but that was when I started noticing, like, just see the momentum and everything.
Yeah.
And so you picked it up and like,
yeah.
But we were having a lot of tough conversations during that time.
For sure.
Like, just about what we were going to do musically, because it's like we were trying some things and like, there were some things that weren't quite working, but then like, I was seeing that there was a spark that was happening for you then. And I was like, okay. He got it. He about to take off with it. And then sure enough, I see you 2025 and like, you was running the whole time.
Man, hit the ground.
Like, you caught that ball and you ran out the arena. Like I was like, goodness.
And that was my only like resolution this year, right? I was just like, let me build. Like my resolution for 2026 is just to build on the foundation that I started in 2025, right?
Hey, say that.
And just double the efforts. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it came down to. And it's like now in that, right? I've learned a new skill, like you said, in that amazing intro or introduction. I learned how to edit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's like now, like before, like let's say before we had that that we had that moment, right?
Yeah.
Dog, I was just so dependent on other people, right?
Yeah.
So it was like that kind of hindered me in terms of like my progress, because it's like with a lot of things I wasn't able to move unless somebody else moved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so. I just wanted to get to a point where it was like, okay, I want to learn the things that are slowing me down, so that way it's no excuse, you know? So it was like I started like just picking up I used to think that like, okay, I need a top-notch camera. You know, I need a whole, curated, situation.
You got a good one in your pocket.
Boom, right. So I had to come to that realization, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I got this phone. I downloaded CapCut.
Yeah.
And I went crazy.
Going crazy.
Yeah, hey.
You know what? And I would also like commend you on another thing too. Like, and the reason why I incorporated storytelling into your intro is because the instances where you have been like talking to the camera and just kind of telling us about your journey and like, the things that you've been, those are the things that really resonate with me.
Appreciate that,
so it's just like telling you that. It's one thing to comment under your video and tell you, but it's like, to tell you face to face, I'm like, hey, this dude is genuinely a storyteller, not just a content creator. And like, hey, look at me. It's just like, I feel like you actually bring substance in your content.
For sure, man. It started music. I started off doing it just for me. Like it was just like my, because I was so quiet. It was my way of like, kind of like, I guess, journaling, So, I used to do it for me. But then I realized that, like, what I'm going through is millions of other people that are going through the same thing that I'm going through, and they just don't have the voice to say it, you know?
Absolutely.
So it's like, I had, I try to be vulnerable in my music, just so that way I can build those connections with the people that are going to, stumble upon my music. Like I want to be able to help a little kid from Maywood that's not as what's the word I'm looking for? Simple word. Not as confident in themselves. Yeah. I just want to let them know, like, hey, you a king. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, or just like feeling like people that feel like they're stuck where they are. It's like, nah. Like if I did it, if I left Maywood and I made it out to LA, because it's like, dog, the amount of people that told me that I'd be back before I left, bro, crazy. Like people I love, you know what I'm saying? People I loved and people that I didn't necessarily love, but it was just like they were associates or whatever. Yeah. So many people told me that I'll be back, and here we are 9 years later. You know? So it's just like I want to be the voice for people in my neighborhood and let them know, like, bro, you're not stuck. Like the only thing that's stopping you is you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound cliche, but it's literally like that's what was stopping me. Like I could have came out here, but it was just like me letting people project their fears on me, and like, oh, it's expensive out there. It's this, it's that. I'm like, people live there, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm going to LA. I'm not
more
going to Mars.
More people live there than anywhere in the country.
Boom.
Here than anywhere in the country.
I'm like, I'm not going. I said I'm going to LA, not Pluto. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I just want to be the voice, like on my Instagram, voice of the underdog. You know what I'm saying? It's like, everybody can speak to a time where they would count it out. Probably not everybody, but a lot of people can speak to the time where they would count it out, or they just didn't feel like they had it, you know? And it's like, I did too, you know what I'm saying? But you can overcome that, you know what I'm saying? If it's a will, it's a way, you know? So that's where, like I try to be responsible in my music as possible. Yeah,
you're responsible in your content too, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
I really do.
That's what it's about. And like I said, I got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? So I want her to be able to use these, these gems that I'm putting out here. I want her to be able to see this, because like this stuff is like your digital footprint is forever.
Forever.
So, I want her when she's old enough to be able to look back and see what her dad represented. I want it to be like, something inspirational for her, something that she could be proud of. So,
yeah. And what her dad built for her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because you're building this legacy, especially, man, with the songwriting tip, man, it's like, yo, it makes money in our sleep,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then it's just like, I pride myself in like versatility. You know what I'm saying? Dog, we did a country song.
We did a country song, man. We got more stuff on the way too,
yeah,
y'all. Like,
sure,
yeah.
1000%. But
man, I admire you and your tenacity and like your just will to overcome adversity, because you just do it over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Whether it's coming out of Chicago, whether it's like staying committed to being a transplant out here, or whether it's, like I'm sure there's challenges in raising a young daughter in this day and age,
1,000%.
and just being an artist and just staying committed to the grind, man. One thing I don't think you've had a chance to speak on, but it's like I would love for you to, if you're comfortable, to walk me through what it was like to lose your father and what it was like to overcome that, because, man, like to lose a parent.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. Tough. That was, so losing my dad that's probably the toughest thing I ever had to face. Like prior to that, the toughest thing was like moving here, but that pales in comparison to like, losing my dad, because it's like I wasn't prepared for it. I mean, you're never prepared, but it's just like I legit thought I had like another 15, 20 years with my dad, so it's like my mom, she was the one that had like, the health issues and things like that. Like even before, I moved here, like my mom, a big part of me staying in Chicago as long as I did was I felt like I didn't want to leave them, because my parents had me late. My mom was 40 when she had me. My dad was 38, So, they were in their 70s when late 60s when I moved here. So that was and they were so like dependent on me in terms of like, helping around the house, going to the store, doing things like that. And so I felt like I was abandoning them in a sense, So, but I say that to say my mom was the one that was having all the health issues, right? So I was always worried about my mom. I was always like going to my dad, like man, like is mom gonna be okay, And he would always be like, your mom is gonna be okay. He was like, your mom, like I'm gonna take care of your mom. Don't you worry about your mom. And so I just thought that like it was so unexpected. Like I was literally in Chicago. I had never even told the story, but I was literally in Chicago a whole week before he passed. And I usually wouldn't have been there but I made a last minute decision to go to a wedding, right? And so, the whole week I was at the house, with them, and he was saying like things that like in hindsight I look back and it's just like made me wonder like did he know? And so we got on the flight. This was the day before we were finna get on the flight. My dad, he wasn't the affectionate type, He showed like I know my dad loved me, but it was like when we would hug, right? It would be like
like just a tap,
exactly, right? Tap and get out of that, But so this one, he hugged me, and then as it was like a tight hug, and as we was about to let go, he pulled me in again, and he whispered in my ear something that I'll never forget. Like he literally told me, like as a father, like seeing who you become as a man, I'm satisfied. He didn't say I'm proud of you. He said I'm satisfied. So I didn't think nothing of that, but now it just it makes 100%. He was telling me he was saying goodbye essentially. So hopped on the plane, and then that morning, it was a red eye. That morning, he called me around like 12 and was like, hey, y'all made it? And yeah, we made it, He said, I love you. And then that night, my sister called me, and she was just like, she was like, they rushing your dad to the hospital. She was like, they rushing your dad to the hospital. I'll keep you updated. Literally 5 minutes later, like at this point, I'm like, I'm in shambles. Like I'm ready to go to LAX and hop back on a plane. And like 2 minutes later, I get a call from my mom. It was like, he gone. And that was tough for me because it's like, as men, like we don't open up to a lot of people. We hold whatever we going through, we hold it close,
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, my dad was like, he was that person that I could go to and be vulnerable. Even in Chicago, like I said, you kind of got to be like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, and my dad always told me, he was like, never cry in front of women, because they look to you for strength, So you want to be like their rock. You want to be that person that when they're like, want to be emotional or they're going through something, they can come to you and you can carry that,
My dad's told me the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that's one of the things where I know for a while, like I know just as a friend, like I know you needed your space.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, me just checking in on you temporarily, but like, or intermittently, but just, I just couldn't. It's still even unfathomable for me because I'm just like, what do you say? What do you do?
That.
Like, how do you,
It's tough. It's
tough.
tough.
Yeah. And so coming through that, like, what's the process been like?
It's, I don't know, bro. It's honestly like I still don't have a hold of it. Like to be honest, like I don't even really have like a gym. Like you literally, it's just a day at a time, bro. It's like sometimes like, when I be, it's busy out here, so you're always on the go. So sometimes like I'll be just so on the go that like my mind is all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I get a moment, it'll hit me. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, I'll just be driving and it's just like a song will come on and it'll hit me. I'm just scrolling through my phone doing content and I'll see a video of us or a picture of us, or him, and it'll hit me, So it's one of them things where it's like, they say that like time heals it. I mean, I haven't gotten, I guess not enough time has passed for me yet, but like, cause I don't really, it's just tough, bro. Like, like I never really felt alone until like my dad passed.
Goodness.
And like, I feel alone, but because, like I said, that's who I used to go to, to feel heard, to feel seen, in certain regards. And like, I don't feel like I got that no more, So it's like, cause like, I can't go to the women in my life because it's just like, I want them to see me. I don't know, and that might be toxic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
it's a level of vulnerability, man. Like where I think, I got this mentor back home, and he told me that he was like, Monte, he's like, family isn't always people that you share a last name with. He said it's something that you have to constantly redefine. He was like, because sometimes we define it by bloodline and therefore we forge relationship.
Right.
But it was like actually relationship has to come first, and it's like it's the people that care about you and that love you
for sure
and everything, and like where you show that you could present yourself vulnerable and they could do the same. And so with that, I think, I mean, I don't know. Like, I know your journey is going to look different from mine, but at the same time, like, you being such an expressive vessel where you have such a way with words, you have such a way with expression, you have such a way of, like, ushering people into, like, the best parts of their lives. I don't see why, like, there shouldn't be a safe place for you too.
So I don't want it to sound like there isn't one.
Yeah.
It's just maybe I'm not just taking it. Maybe I don't take advantage of it.
Yeah, you have to. You deserve it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, but because I do got people around me that love me, like love me to death, but it's just one of them things like sometimes like I tend to put other people's like feelings over mine. So it's like one of them things where it's like I don't talk about my dad a lot because it's just like I don't want to put nobody in an uncomfortable situation because like you were saying, like a lot of people just don't know what to say. You know, it's like, so it was like early on, you know, like say a couple, like right when it happened, you know, I used to talk to people about it and, you know, they didn't mean no harm, but it's just like sometimes, you know, people just don't know what to say. You know? So it's like they kind of get, you know, a little uncomfortable and then, you know, eventually like the conversation will like change to something else. And then it's like, I understand, like, you know, it's not personal. It's just, I understand, like, you just aren't ready to have this conversation, you know? So because of that, I don't talk about my dad much to other people, you know, like sometimes my mom will bring him up, and it's just like, you know, I'll talk to her, but it's just like I try not to initiate it with her because I also don't want to like touch on a tender, you know, type of situation. But no, me and my mom, we super close. Like, you know, I moved my mom out here, you know, so you know, she that was a blessing in disguise, you know. It was a blessing, you know, because it's like. Now she's like right there with her granddaughter, you know. So that's an experience that, you know, it took 5 years to get. You know, my daughter, you know, would only talk to my mom and my dad over FaceTime. Now, you know, she's right here, knowing her grandmother, you know, helping her, you know, get around and things like that, get things for her. So it's a beautiful thing. But you know, I got people around me. I just probably need to like.
Yeah, I encourage you, man. Like, yo, just like you put yourself out there with the content, man. Lean into your family, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, I think, especially with you having your family like gathering around you here, like that's one of the things that I think as a transplant that has just been most weird for me. It's just when I say there's really no one out here. Like there's really no one. It's just like, you know, and then it's like when I meet people, it's very far and few between.
Right.
It's like a school chocolate chip cookie. Like there might be one here, one there. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know, at the same time, when you have that, bro, I'm telling you, as someone that is pretty vacant out here. Like, you know, you lean into that and utilize that and let it build you up for everything that it's worth, because we need each other. And I think that's the reason why I think social media has become what it's come, because it's like we realize that we're relational beings, and a lot of times we try to disguise that with like community and validation and things like that. But going back to what you said before about time healing, it actually reveals, because you realize like there's nothing like the love of a father.
I think, speaking on that, like it was a Steve Harvey quote. I don't know if you saw it, but he was on one of these podcasts, like sports podcasts, and he was basically saying that like they asked him like, how was it like? Pretty much the same question. How was it like losing your father, right? And he was just like, he was like, your father is the only man you'll ever encounter in life that wants you to be better than him.
I remember.
And I said, whoa, like, dog, like, the male ego is like, we naturally want to be the best, right? We always want to be top dog, whatever the case may be, right? And your dad, like, genuinely wants you to be better than him. And so when he said that, I was just like, dang, like, you know, like it hit me like, yeah, bro, it's tough. It's tough, but you know, I lean on God a lot. You know, I lean on my faith, and you know, like you said, I need to lean more on my family. And they you know, I don't want to misrepresent them. I have family members that reach out and they check up on me. You know, we may not talk directly about my dad, but they'll reach out and just Oh, how you doing? I just want to check in, and I know what it is. I know why you're checking up, so I appreciate them.
And them knowing that to check on you directly, because I think that's the one thing that's sometimes missing so much, as especially when you're put in the position of being, father, provider, all of these things, and that you like you say, you just get used to doing so much for everybody else. But for somebody that is in the nucleus position of a family, for somebody to stop and ask you, like, hey, how are you doing? Well, like, no, really, like, how are you doing, man? And it's just
refreshing.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Yep.
It is, man. And I appreciate you even opening up on the pod about it, man, because seeing you going through that, and then also seeing who you are as a father, and then also just seeing how delicate life is. When I tell you, it's done all sorts of things to me as a person, like, and just gave me a realization. One, value people.
For sure.
But I think even above that, it's like, okay, value who I am. Not myself, because then it could get into selfishness, but like value who I am. Like, and all of the things that make me tick, whether that be being host of a podcast, whether that be being an artist, whether that be, being a brother, uncle,
right?
All of those things, value who I am. And then that encourages me to also pour more back into people, but also make sure I'm pouring from a full cup.
For sure. Because you can't pour from an empty cup.
Man, I think it was Shakespeare that said empty vessels clank the loudest. And so, yeah, it's like I never want to be like one of those empty people just are loud from the need of validation. That's what I think what is so cool about what you're doing. It's just like, despite everything else, it's like you're still coming and you're giving us like such great things, which even leads me to like this new joint that you just dropped, bro. This joint,
it is what it is.
Yo, and it's like I remember seeing just a little link that you posted on your story one time. It didn't have a lot of information. A dark picture and a link. Wait, come in.
Interesting.
Like, what is this? I was like, I'm gonna click on it. You know what I mean? Man. And then I saw it was a Spotify link. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And then, I got the notification. Wake up real quick. And then, man, and then the visuals that were to follow when I see my man on climbing the hill. He set that thing up. And like, he, pop. I'm like, what is this?
Hey, so risking life for the art, man.
Man, so what, like, this, is this a new chapter, Tre Woods, or like, what is everything that you've been giving us? Because you haven't really given us a lot of context. You just been giving us just the art form, which we're here for. But it's like, break this down, my brother. Like, what's?
So it speaks to. So I wrote these songs around the time, like, losing my dad. So I was kind of in a like a dark space where it was just like I was learning myself through like my healing process. A lot of things was was going on. I was losing people, things like that. So I didn't feel like I had an outlet that I could talk to somebody. So it was like I started writing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, going back to the whole journaling aspect. That's how I started. So, I started writing music based on how I was feeling at that moment, So, is what it is. It's just a realization of like, it's not necessarily related to like my dad, but it's just like, just in life, you realize that some things is out of your control.
Yeah.
You can't, some things, it just is what it is. Like, and you either going to soak in it and go crazy, or you gonna stop reacting and start accepting and just realize it is what it is.
Yeah.
And you just gotta keep pushing through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the essence of it is what it is. But I was leaning into my this new music, that, cause like this is just like introduction, like you said, to what's to come in terms of like the new music that I got coming out, the EP.
Yeah.
And I'm leaning into myself as an introvert, right?
Yeah.
Because it's hard to be, it's tough to be an introvert and also try to navigate the industry and navigate, Los Angeles, LA, or just the social scene, like in the necessity to network, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's like one of those things where it's like you got to find a balance, because it's like being an introvert, I go in these spaces and it's just like naturally I'm like I play the background, you know what I'm saying? I'm to myself. But that doesn't always put myself in the best position to thrive, right? So yeah, I'm just talking about like just balancing all of that, just how I'm dealing with accepting the fact of this is just who I am. Like I don't, even though, like I said, it may make me look weird, it may make me look standoffish, or it is what it is.
It is
you know
what
what I'm
it
saying?
is.
This is who I am. But
Yeah.
once I see, a genuine like connection, or like I see someone that's genuine, I open up, and then, you really see who I am. So that's kind of where I'm leaning in terms of like the music that I got coming out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you said something that like I ain't gonna let you just glaze over. So you said an EP.
Yeah, man. EP.
Yo,
Yeah.
so tell me about the EP. Like, yo, when did you decide it was gonna be that? Because yo, you write all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, when did you decide, like, hey, I got some music for me, I have something to say?
Just because, like I said, I was writing based on my experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, this is what I'm going through, and this is helping me by getting it off, writing it down, hearing it, maybe it can help somebody else, So and that was always a problem of mine. Like, I hold on to my music so long, and then it's just like by the time I'm ready to, or years go by, I'm just like, I ain't putting that out, But then I was like, nah, I feel like I had a responsibility to get this out for, like, even if it helps one person, like, it did its job, you know? So that's really that's really what was the inspiration behind like putting it out. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, no, it does. It does answer the question, man. It's like, so do we have a title for the EP, or like what?
It's gonna be called Outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
One word.
Outside. Yep.
Okay. Goodness.
Outside. Yeah.
We unpacking that, or what's going on? Like, what's going on?
So the concept of outside is basically when my comfort zone is whenever like I feel like the world gets chaotic, or what life gets chaotic, I tend to like zone out sometimes. So like sometimes I'll be in a room and I'll just be like, and then I'll like somebody will like tap me and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
And it's just because like I don't know, maybe my social battery is gone.
Yeah,
maybe what's going on is a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
So it's like I just be like in my head, and that's like I don't know, it's just like me escaping it.
Yeah.
Escaping reality or whatever the case may be. So it's just like going back to being this introverted person doesn't always put me in the best position to shine, in my passion. Outside is saying, okay, even though I'm comfortable here, I'm in my comfort zone here, I got to come outside.
Wow.
If I wanna win, that's like I was in my comfort zone in Maywood, in Chicago. I was comfortable, I had a lot of safety net, I had a lot to fall back on, but I was comfortable.
Goodness.
So wasn't nothing coming from comfort. So I had to leave my comfort zone 2,000 miles across the country and make myself real uncomfortable before I was able to really like live in my purpose, So that's really that's what the concept is about. And, I get like, this is the most vulnerable I've gotten in my music, like A lot of my music, you know, I mean, I always like try to keep it real, but it's like certain topics and things like that I kind of like shied away from. But this I kind of like really like give it up. So yeah.
You know what? And I feel like it comes a point in like every artist's career, like that's what the people want. You know, and that's what's also required of you to go to that next level. You know what I mean? Because you give people more of the same thing, and like, you know, the same people are going to rock with you. But to see you go deeper, you're just like, oh,
right. Some of the best music is come from like people going through some really like rough patches of their life. So you know, I mean, I feel like it's the same for me. You know, like what I went through brought about the silver lining, and what I went through is I was able to, I feel like, present some of my best work. You know, I even impressed myself, like it's how things were like coming from my head, and I was able to like articulate it in the music. You know, I was like, yo, this is like crazy how like I'm in this flow state right now. You know. So, and it's inspired how I write moving forward. Like if I'm going through something, or like good or bad, like if I'm whatever, full range of emotions, I try to write about it. I try to write in the moment, you know, or like just come up with something, you know. But yeah, man, that's pretty much where I'm at with it as far as my like process right now.
So let me reflect this back to you. It sounds like one of the things that you're learning about yourself or learning to do with yourself is to accept you in a full spectrum.
For sure. Just being 100% comfortable with who I am. You know, like it's easy to, you know, especially with social media, it's easy to be on social media or just being real. Like we in LA, dog. So it's just like you got characters, you got people that's like living their best life. You got people acting like they living their best life, and so it's easy to try to like compare yourself to them. But comparison is the thief of joy. So it's like at the same time, it's just like while you striving to be this, you only hurting yourself because you can only be you can't like they're them. You know, you can't be, you know. You can only be yourself. If you try to be somebody else, you just gonna crash and burn because you're not authentic, you know? And people can see that. Like people think that others can't see when somebody's pretending or being something they not.
They get it.
People see. People see. So it's just like, and if you being yourself, you don't have to keep up with nothing. Like you don't have to maintain a image. You
Absolutely.
just, you know, I'm Tre.
So
it's like the Tre you gonna see the like, and like I always tell like my nephew, I'm like, hey, if you ever see me doing anything that's crazy, like, cause I jumped into the content space, but I'm like, hey dog, if you see me doing something crazy, let me know.
But
I mean, he ain't said nothing yet because it's like, again, I'm leaning into me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like whatever, like if I was comfortable enough to put the phone in my face and record something, then that was me naturally, right? So let it fly.
Hey, man. Yo, and it's such a beautiful thing, man, because just seeing you do what you do, man, and it's like seeing you do what you do the way that Tre would do it. Like it's like I don't like when I see you, like, yo, you're not trying to be anybody else. Right. It's just like, yo, you're showing up authentically, and like you're allowing yourself to develop, really. You know, even in like as you're finding your voice and your style of like how you want to deliver, like you're doing that, and like I think that's been the coolest thing, man.
Yeah, man, because like honestly, bro, we all got to look at ourselves in the mirror at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you out and about, you know, when you get home, no matter what you did during that in your 24 hours, when you get back home, you gotta look yourself in the mirror. And if you weren't 100% authentic to you or your morals, then you're not gonna be happy with you're not gonna be happy with what you're looking at. You know, I remember when I first moved here, you know, I got caught up in the glitz and the glamour, you know, the lifestyle and stuff like that, right? And you know, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm in LA now, I got to do it big, right? So I did this song called And it was like, I got him mad, look at the tag, my bitch is so bad, whip through the dash, hope I don't crash, you know. So it was like, and in the video, you know, I got, I said the line in there, I'm like, pulled up in a, what I say, pulled up in an army truck. This a G-Wag, not a Wrangler.
Yeah.
I didn't have no damn G-Wag or a Wrangler. So you feel me? So I couldn't even talk about a Wrangler because I didn't have a Wrangler myself.
Absolutely,
so, and it was one of them things where it was like, it was catchy. It was super catchy. The video, we did it big. We like, I'm talking throwing money in the air. We had a mansion in Beverly Hills.
Doing the thing, yeah.
But then after I released it, right, and I had to promote it, I just didn't feel good about it because I'm just like, none of this is me. You know what I'm saying? None of this is me. This is me making something because somebody told me as soon as I got here that, oh, you need a club record.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't even like making music like that. I don't even like saying, okay, this is finna be the club record, this is finna be the radio, you know. So, but I did that. You know, I conformed, I did that. And while it's a dope video, it's a dope song, it's my least favorite.
And you're a dope songwriter. So it's like, of course it's going to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, and it's like, now how I look at it, bro, because I do like writing about different stuff. It's a joy. It's fun to write about stuff, even if I didn't go through it myself.
Yeah.
But now, as a songwriter, how I look at it is, okay, if I'm gonna write one of these records, like say today, if I wrote the song, I would be pitching it as a demo.
Absolutely.
I'm not releasing it because that ain't me. But if it's you, take it.
Say
you
that.
know?
Yeah.
It's a dope song. But it's my least proudest moment in terms of my music. Music.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, don't get me wrong, like, because you actually spent money on a video, so like that's one thing. But do you think that tops what we were talking about as the forefront?
Elaborate.
Because like at the forefront, we had some like pretty scandalous records. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So
I mean?
Okay, boom, right. Great. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that was another moment where it was just like
Because you pulled me to the side and you was like, hey, Doc, man, like, I don't, like, and this is fun, but.
And like, and even in that situation, I was just saying, like, it's cool, but like, I was like, I think some of these, like, I just want to shop. I'd rather just send it out in a demo pack, you know, just because, like, they are good songs, but it's just like, I don't think it's on brand for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about like brand as an artist. I'm just like, just me, like who I am at the core. I don't think it's me, you know? So,
and you even told me, hey, bro, I don't even think it's you. Like, you know what I mean? So.
And it reflects in the music. Again, it's just like, because especially now in this time frame, right? Mm-hmm. Back in the day, like I'm saying, back in the day, like I'm 45, but back in the day when like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you would drop the song, and like I said, you drop a video, and that was it.
Yeah,
and then you just promote that video. Nowadays, you gotta drop a song, and they want you to do 20 to 30 pieces of content. So, are you comfortable doing something that's not you at all? And then you got to show up 20 to 30 times as this character.
Goodness.
Like, you know how exhausting that sounds?
Exhausting.
Like, and I never wanted to be one of them artists that, like, had to put on a front. Like, we've seen it, you know what I'm saying, with artists crash and burn because we finally see, oh, that was never you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they go crazy because it's like every single day when they in the house, they're them. Mm-hmm. But then when they go outside, they got to put this costume on and they got to, you know what I'm saying?
Do the song and dance, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, it's just not sustainable. Like it's gonna come to light.
You know, my dad always tell me, man, he's like, hey, look, he said, I want you to remember, burnout kills the dream faster than laziness ever will.
Ooh, that's a bar, dog.
Just learn how to manage. Learn your pace. Your pace can always get faster. Mm-hmm. You can always like do more, and like there's going to be days where like there'll be a lot, and there'll be like not as much.
For sure.
But it's just the thing is, it's just as long as there's a forward progression,
right?
We got something moving.
Bro, 1% better every day.
1% better every day.
Like literally, my brother Mikhail, he just said that to me like 3 days ago, and I was just like, yo, that's the mentality I need to take because, like, it's easy to be like hard on yourself, right?
It is.
Like you go to the gym, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You artist, you know? So it's just like feeling like you losing the race, right? Even though you showing up every single day.
Yeah. And your only competition is you.
Exactly. Yeah. And we'll still show up every single day and you'll still be like, oh man, I'm lazy or I ain't doing enough. Yeah. You know, it's just like, bro, you showed up. So you got at least 1% better if you showed up and really gave it your all. So it's like, you know, everybody want to do this, right? But it's just like, it's nothing wrong with doing this. You know what I'm saying? It take you a little bit longer, but you building a foundation on the way. Everything that goes up fast comes down fast as well. Yeah. So it's like, and
the foundation is important.
For sure.
Because without it, nothing can stand.
Sure, dog. But no, that, bro, crash out. Well, you said crash out, right? Burnout. Burnout is a real thing. Because like you could definitely you can definitely burn out like that, and that's why I feel like I had to learn the difference between motivation and discipline. Because the motivation fades. Like you could get motivated. Like I could get motivated to read a book, right? Read a book. Like, okay, I say I'm gonna read a book a month, right?
Yeah.
And I'm motivated, but eventually once I'm unmotivated, I'm gonna stop doing it.
Yeah.
Discipline, on the other hand, if I'm disciplined, if I did something so much to the point where I'm disciplined in it, I'm gonna show up on the days where I don't want to show up.
Yeah.
I don't be wanting to go to the gym sometime at 4 a.m, but I get up every single day at 4 a.m. and I be like, I'm here. Well, let's do it. Yeah. You know? That's is discipline, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but nah, it's just it's a constant grind, man. That's why I feel like we do need. That's why I like, you know, having these conversations with people that you're close with, you know, that understand it. Because everybody don't understand this grind that we on. You know, it's so far fetched to the common person, you know. So just having this conversation with somebody that gets it, that I know gets it, like,
it for
yo,
real.
bro, it's refreshing. Yeah, man.
Hey, and man, when I tell you, like, man, it's just been such a blessing to have you in my life, and like, yo, just likewise, to be able to just watch you, bro, like to watch you and to be a part and to just see this thing, man, because it's like, whether it's both of us moving out here in 2017,
it's crazy,
you know, the journey that we've had, like, you know, the interaction and like the way how even when we're not even trying to, our circles like just somehow like overlap in a way, and I'm like, man, and it's just like, but it's cool to just look over and just see family is in the building, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and like, that's what you are at this point, man. And like, I want to, before we wrap this thing up, I want to do a couple of rapid fire questions with you, if that's all right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, first we're going to start off with your top 5 artists of all time.
Top 5 artists, Eminem, Tupac, Biggie, Hove, Kanye.
All right. Top 5 producers of all time.
Quincy Jones, Pharrell, Timbaland, Kanye West, and Dr. Dre.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Oh, you can give me 5 of those if you got it.
Okay, I'm gonna say 8 Mile.
Okay.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
Can you catch a pattern?
Yeah, I catch a pattern. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Friday after next. Okay. I like the third one. Yeah. Friday after next. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna think back and be like, dang. Soul Brothers, I want to say, is one of them. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Little comedy in there. Titanic.
Okay. Titanic. Wow, I wasn't even expecting that one, bro.
Titanic, boy. I done watched that 1,000 times.
Man. Favorite cheat meal?
Favorite cheat meal? Man, I can't get it here, but it's an Italian.
So it's a Chicago thing.
It's a Chicago. It's Italian beef with fries. But I say, if we talking about L.A., man, I love burgers.
Okay.
So it's like a good smash burger or something like that. Yeah.
Favorite song right now?
Favorite song right now. Besides, it is what it is.
Okay. Shameless plug.
Man, and that's tough, bro, because it's like, man, the music right now, dog. I'd say "Birds Don't Sing" by the Clips.
Okay, excellent choice. Yeah. Give me top 5 albums of all time. Your top favorite album. Top 5.
No particular order. Blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall Mathers EP. Or LP, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's LP.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, I'm gonna put like 2 college dropout.
Okay.
Graduation.
Okay. Ooh.
And this is off the wall, but I'm gonna say Thug Motivation 101, Jeezy.
Hey,
that turned me up, dog.
Good one. If you could work out with one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Work out with one person, dead or alive. The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you could produce or write a song for one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Chris Brown.
Solid. All right. Last but not least, out of all your body of work, what's your favorite song that you've written for somebody else?
Written for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I want to say it's it might be Chosen Ones. It might be Chosen Ones from the film. Yeah.
When I tell you that one, hey, it's my favorite. Like,
oh man, appreciate it.
Yeah. There's one other thing that I wanted to ask you about. Man, Bow Gang.
So Bow Gang, it stands for blood over water. So basically meaning like family over everything. Yeah. So that's really what it is. And,
that's cool.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's what
man. When did Bow Gang become a thing?
So Bow Gang. So when I first started rapping, I was and this is why I said no pun when I said I was a Shy Guy.
Yeah.
So the group that I was under at the time was like Shy Guy Entertainment.
Oh,
that was like
you.
my like label at the time, right?
Yeah.
And I switched it up because I realized that okay, my brand is much bigger than Chicago. I'm speaking to more than Chicago.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, I need something bigger than just something like regional, like Shy Guy Entertainment. So then I was just, leaned into like my values, my core values, the things that keep me going, and that's family, and not just like you said, not just family by blood, but it's just the people that that show up for you, every when you need them to be there, so that's what it is, blood over water, and that's what Bow Gang for short.
Hey. All right, so lastly, bro, is there anything that you want to leave us with, like any parting words, anything that you want to plug? You could look at this camera, you could look at me, it don't even matter, bro.
I just want to just encourage, like I said, I like to speak for the introverted, the underdogs, and it's just like I think I said it before, but it's just like, if find what it is that you love, and just don't be afraid to like pursue it. Like don't be afraid to give it your all. Don't get out of your comfort zone. Like the comfort zone is a killer of dreams. Like and just stay true to who you are.
Yeah,
true to who you are, because at the end of the day, you don't have to try. You shouldn't have to try hard to be yourself. So that's what I would leave them with.
All right, and tell us about the project. When can we expect it, and what's next with Tre Woods?
So no official date yet, but I'm looking I want to drop it this summer for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Outside.
Cool. Wait, so there's still an opportunity for there to be an MP3 produced track on that?
Dog, hey, you can send that over right now. Yeah, exactly.
All right,
cool.
And
shout out to you too, bro. You just dropped a record too, man.
Oh
hey,
yeah. Oh man, thank you, brother.
Man,
thank you, brother.
Hard.
I do appreciate. You know what?
You produced it.
I produced it.
Oh, man,
yeah, produced it, wrote it. Yeah, everything. You know, and this means a lot right here. Like for me to have a record that is Tre Woods approved. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a little sticker on the on the like Tre Woods approved, and I'm gonna just have to have your thumb like that. You know what I mean?
Mr. Any and everything, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Hey, look, we got some stuff coming, and like I'm just so. Thank you for just allowing me to just talk to you and just being vulnerable, just being open. These are conversations that are needed for the culture. Absolutely. This has been the 360 Creative. 360creativeofficial.com for more. And y'all stay tuned, man. This has been Tre Woods. Love y'all.
Yeah.